Hi everybody, welcome back. We have one more video to discuss some additional external data that we can import into Python. And in this case, we're going to be able to import data in a little bit of a more dynamic way. And the example that we're going to use here is with stock price data. And so there's this module called Pandas Data Reader, which we're going to use the moniker PDR. And by using that, we're going to be able to import stock data. In this case, the ticker for Ford Motor Company is Ford. We're going to import stock data, and in doing so, we can change the dates around. We can even change it to even very recent dates and dynamically import data. So here we're going to do it in a little bit of a more static way, but this PDR data reader, it goes out and grabs the data from online given the parameters. And so if you're running this at different points in time, you can just you could set, for example, the end date. You could set dynamically to end today all the time, and so every time you run it, it's going to add a new, the new day's data onto your data set. So anyway, let's go ahead and start looking at this. So Python, again, if you've installed the Anaconda distribution of Python, Pandas data reader should already be there. Otherwise, you could go out to your command prompt, cmd, or a command prompt, and you do your pip install Pandas data reader. It's already installed on my system, so I don't need to install that module. If you've installed Anaconda, you probably don't either. But PDR is our name for that. We're going to define a ticker, and that's going to be Ford. And then we set a start date, January 1st of 2014. And I've included today's date, which is March 10th. If I run that, oops. Okay, yeah, we're fine there. And then what we use is we can define a data set. It's going to end up being a data frame. We use pdr.data.dataReader, and then we put in here our tickers. In this case, we have only one. It's going to come from the Yahoo Pandas data reader site, and then our start date and our end date. We run this line of code, and if we look at f data, we have the closing stock price, opening stock price, high and low, and adjusted close and volume. For Ford Motor Company, every day going back until 2011, and the market is still open today, but at the end of the day, this will reflect the close and adjusted close. So anyway, you can do this with multiple data sets. If you want to add Google into there, we can run that. And so now, let's see, there's F and, oh, that's a problem. We have an extra. I think that should work. Let's see. Well, I'm not sure, but let's see. Oh, I see. We lost our other. There we go. Let's try it now. Yeah, there we go. So we have first the adjusted close of Facebook, or sorry, of Ford, and then Google, and then the close of Ford and Google, open of Ford and Google, the volume of Ford and Google, and yeah, so that's how you can import data from online. And if you go, I'll put a link in the video's description, but if you go out here to the GitHub page, you can see all the other different data sets that are available through this Pandas data reader. You see there's going to be a whole bunch of different financial data sets, economic data sets, World Bank, International Development type data sets. And each of these have a little description of what's going on there. If you keep going, caching queries, and then other data sources, which is also, you can get to that from the main page, other data sources. You'll see some more here, and then a huge list of different data sources and their websites. So as you can see, a lot of options here. And this Python data reader is going to really help to be able to access all those data sources very easily without even needing to download some Excel file onto your computer and then open it up, and then tomorrow you download the new updated Excel file. In this case, Pandas data reader is going to adjust all of that automatically every time you rerun the code. So tomorrow I could put in March 11th, I can run it again, and I'll get the new data there. And so very powerful, a great way to get access to a lot of data quickly. And yeah, and so that's what you'll be able to do there. This is gonna conclude the basics of importing data. You can go into the documentation of these. In the last video, we looked at importing CSV files and Excel files. Here with the Pandas data reader, we can open up a lot of data from online sources automatically. So I encourage you to explore the documentation for Pandas data reader, explore all these different data sets that are available. Again, I've got a link in the description to get out to this page. And yeah, and then you can start exploring all the different data sets, which we're going to be using in our next videos to start doing some visualization and analysis and statistics on these data. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.